Ah, man. So I'm coming home from a long day at work. I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I got a headache right now. And I come home to news that apparently Rob Gronkowski has called it a career once again. That's right, Rob Gronkowski has announced his retirement from football. Again. Alright, so for me personally, I like to give the players the benefit of the doubt. If they say they're retiring, I'm going to believe them. I'm going to take their word for it. And if this is really the end of Rob Gronkowski, the football player, I want to say this. Thank you, Gronkowski. Thank you, Gronk, for everything you've done for the NFL. You had 11, man. 11. And this is very crazy to say, considering the fact that Gronk has suffered so many injuries throughout his career. 11 glorious seasons in the NFL. And in those 11 seasons, you are a 5-time Pro Bowler, a 4-time first-team All-Pro, and a 4-time Super Bowl champion. You're one of the greatest tight ends to ever play this game, if not the greatest tight end to play this game. You were definitely one of the most entertaining players the league has ever seen. And if this is truly the end of his career, man, it's been one hell of a ride. Especially considering the fact that this guy's body, man. I don't even know how Gronk was able to do this. He is just a true beast. He's a monster on the field. The fact that he suffered so many injuries and was able to still be Gronk is crazy. But yeah, he's one of the greatest tight ends to ever play this game. Might be the greatest tight end to play this game. He was truly something special, truly something magnificent. We always love watching Gronk play on the field. He was just amazing, man. Gronk was amazing. He was just something different, and I'm definitely going to miss him. I know Brady's going to miss him. So if this is the end of Gronk, man, best of luck in whatever future endeavors you choose to pursue. Hopefully, you end up becoming a commentator, man. Gronk is too funny to not have on television. So he's still going to be on TV one way or another. He's still going to be on social media one way or another. That man is too entertaining. He's too great to not continue to be Rob Gronkowski and continue to be the Gronk that we've seen on television and social media all over the place. So no matter what happens, Gronk is still going to be doing his thing. Maybe we might see him covering, I don't know. I don't think he would be on the Thursday Night Football commentary or Monday Night Football or even Sunday Night Football. But I still think we will still be hearing from Gronk at some point in the future if this is the end for him regarding football. So thank you for that. Now, me personally, even though I'm hearing the news that Gronk is retiring, do I 100% believe Gronk will not play football again? No, I'm not of that camp. I do believe Gronkowski will be playing football again. In fact, I speculate that he will be on the football field. He'll be on the football field at some point this season. You see, for me, it would take Gronk not playing football for 2 straight years for me to 100% believe that he's not coming back and he really did retire. 2 straight seasons. Because I believe after 2 years, Brady's really going to call it quits. Like, he's going to retire at that point just because, he's just going to do it for the sake of his family and be like, I played an extra 2 years just because I wanted to. Honestly, I think Brady's trying to go out on top. He wants to win 1 more ring and then call it quits. So he's got 2 more years to potentially do that, in my opinion. Then afterwards, he's just going to kind of be forced to not play football anymore because at some point Giselle's going to be like, you got to spend time with the kids. I can't have you continue to play football like this, bro. You've done enough. Get away from the football field. You've done enough. Come home. So, yeah, I think Brady may have 2 years. And the thing about it is with Brady, I thought he was going to come back too. I didn't buy into his retirement. I'm like, okay, he retired now. There's nothing to do in the offseason. And he's going to find out real quick life after football isn't the most interesting thing. And I believe this was before he actually signed that contract with Fox Sports. So, yeah, I expected him to come back, which he did. And I think the same is going to happen with Gronk. See, for me, I believe Gronk is pulling a 4D chess move. I just think Gronk doesn't want to go through training camp anymore, which I completely understand because training camp is the most grueling process of football. Like, the NFL season is light work compared to training camp because training camp is all the hard work you got to put in order to get yourself ready to play football. When it comes to the NFL season, you're just playing games. You're just playing games. The practices you go on through the week aren't as intense as training camp is going to be because in training camp, you got all sorts of physicals and everything you got to go through and all these tests they're testing you for. It's crazy. The harshest part of football is training camp. From the work you got to do, the practice you got to do, the tests you got to do, to the gruesome meetings and everything, the toughest part of football is training camp. All the players say it. The toughest part of football is training camp. And as you continue to go more and deeper into your career, especially if you're a great player, the more years you add up, the harder it becomes for you to want to deal with training camp. Because at some point you sit back and say, I don't want to be eating the way I'm eating. I don't want to lift these heavy weights. I don't want to go to these meetings. I don't want to do this. I don't want to participate in these yearly tests we always do at training camp. I'm not trying to deal with that. And I feel like Gronk might be feeling the same way too. Like I said, he's played 11 seasons. Once you get to like year 8, year 9, and you're still playing at a high level, you know, those training camps really start to weigh on you. And it's not like you can't handle it. It's just that you don't want to deal with it anymore. You're like, I don't need this. I'm one of the best players in the league right now. I don't need to go through training camp. I always keep myself in perfect condition in the offseason, so I don't want to deal with this. By the time you get past year 10, bro, you really don't want to deal with training camp. You don't want to deal with the meetings. You don't want to deal with some of the harsh conditions you have to face off with, especially because training camp's in the summer. So depending on where you are, you're dealing with this in the heat. If you're in Arizona, oh my God, I don't even know how the Cardinals get through training camp. But yeah, you're just dealing with the heat in the summer, so it's just like, you don't want to really be dealing with that in year 11 or heading into year 12. Past 10 years, man, you really don't want to be dealing with training camp like that. There are several players that have talked about that too, because it's the most gruesome part of the whole football process. Actually playing is not, it's just what you're here for. You're here to play, so you don't mind that. But training camp is to get everybody ready to play football. And that's the most gruesome part of football. So I believe Gronk just doesn't want to go through training camp anymore, which I don't blame him. He may be playing a 4D chess move. He will just miss out. He'll retire now, so he won't be part of training camp. And then at some point later down the road in the season, after he's done whatever he's wanted to do, because he gets to enjoy his summer now, he don't have to go to training camp. So he can enjoy his summer, deal with whatever endeavors he has to deal with. Then in the fall, at some point, Brady's going to call him up in like week 6 and say, all right, bro, it's time for you to come back. And he'll show up, and Gronk will still be Gronk. Hell, we even heard reports later on today that it's a possibility that Brady might call him up at some point in the season. And if Brady does, Gronk might consider coming and playing at some point. So really, in my opinion, I just think Gronk's playing 4D chess. Like, if he's really serious about retiring, hey, it is what it is. I don't think he's 100%. I don't think it's a situation where Gronk's thinking like, I'm just gonna retire and then come back later. I think it's a good possibility that he might be calling it quits. He's accomplished so much. So I think the possibility is there, which is why I started the video by thanking him for everything he's done for the NFL and everything he's accomplished in his career. So I think the possibility is there, but considering the fact that we are getting reports that it's possible that Brady could call him up later on down the season and Gronk would be willing to come, I don't think it's a situation where anyone's going to be like, yeah, Gronk's really going to be out of football for good. Unless we get 2 straight years of Gronkowski not playing a single snap of NFL football, we're not going to fully believe he's retired. So I'm just throwing it out there, but who knows? You know, as for now, Gronk is retired. Many of us do not believe he will stay retired, but right now he is retired. Nobody will be surprised if he shows up at some point mid-season for the Bucs, you know, just to help Brady out and see if they can go on another run to win a Super Bowl. Then again, he might wait till like week 12 or week 13, because I don't know if he wants to go through like a whole bunch of football. I think he just wants to come in, play a couple games to get himself set for the playoffs, and then in the playoffs be a useful tool. And if they can get to the Super Bowl, hey, he'll have another ring in his hand. But yeah, I just think Gronk low-key may be playing 4D chess. But right now, he's probably doing what's best for him. If he feels like he wants to call it quits, he can call it quits. But he might be playing 4D chess just so he doesn't have to go to training camp. And I am 100% for it because, man, those training camps can be gruesome. And at this point, Gronk is just here just to be another asset. He really doesn't need to go through training camp. Hell, training camp might hurt him. Let's be real. With all the injuries he suffered in his career, training camp might actually be a negative for Gronkowski. I don't think he really needs training camp at this point. With how effective he's been, I don't think he needs training camp. He can just come in, get himself acquainted, especially if it's with Brady. I think this can only work if Brady's his quarterback, because him and Brady have that chemistry down. So he doesn't need to go through training camp. If Brady calls him up in like week 11 and says, yeah, come in, let's get this started, it'll take them a couple weeks to get that chemistry there because, well, to get himself set into the offense, because obviously he hasn't played football in so long. But it will, after that, by the time they get to the playoffs, yeah, Gronk will still be Gronk. Brady will still be charging him over the middle. He'll still be a monster. He'll still be making plays. And he'll probably get to the Super Bowl and continue to make plays there. And who knows, Brady may get another ring. But yeah, I don't blame Gronk for, you know, retiring right now. Obviously, he's had an amazing career. If he's truly calling it quits, thank you for everything you've done for the NFL. Enjoy retirement. If you're thinking about coming back or you're pulling a 4D chess move, again, I don't blame you. Do what you got to do. Training camp is brutal. With that being said, that is all I've got here, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.